And hello, hello.
Hello, hello. It's us.
Yeah, it is us, huh?
It's us, and it's somebody else too. I'm not gonna say who it is though.
Oh, you're not. No, okay. But I thought you were the co-host.
Oh, I am the co-host, sort of. But
He's not sure when we want it. Whatever. I don't know. This thing is not scripted. I don't. This isn't planned. This isn't. I mean, I'm literally flying by the seat of my pants.
are you doing it honest?
No, you don't. No, you don't need to look at my seat.
Of your pants.
Yeah.
Can you fly with the seat of your pants? I don't know if you can fly with the seat of your pants.
No, I don't know. But anyways, hello. We're here, and what's today? Yep. No, it's tomorrow. I was thinking today is full moon. It sure feels like it, honestly. And I know last time during the new moon, I mentioned new moon energy and all of that. And typically for me, new moon it's a good thing. It's chill. It's super like creative energy. Full moon is sort of like insanity, a little bit, a little bit. So I know that sounds, ooh, boner, but it's a thing. I've been tracking it for a while now.
What does that mean?
What does what mean?
Woo donor.
Oh, woo boner. I had somebody ask me about that because I mentioned it. I try to find line between trying to decide whether this stream should be kid friendly, or for grown-ups.
I like kids.
I love kids, but I also, Nana sometimes has a potty mouth.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I sometimes do. Um, so we're working on that. Anyway, woo boner just means Nana's getting a little bit wooish.
Wooish? I don't know what this wooish is you're talking about.
Well, I just like to talk about things that are sort of.
I have no idea what she's talking about. Do you?
No, I don't either. Okay, so when I talk about things like the moon and spiritual things,
Yes, you're going to drive Tito away with that shit.
don't. Nana gets to have the potty mouth, not you.
I can't help it because you taught me everything I know.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Okay. This is the danger of not scripting things. But here's the deal. Like when I agreed that I was going to do this thing, this live streaming thing, I told myself, this is no big deal. We're not going to script it. We're not going to make a big deal out of it. We're just going to show up and be here and be messy and, just try to be authentic and not be like all scripted and slick and all of that. The problem with that is never know what's going to come out of this mouth.
Yeah, I never know what's going to come out of my mouth.
Yeah, exactly. So, that being said, I do, I like to hang out in the sort of esoteric, mystic spaces. I've just always had an interest in that, and
Yeah, you've had quite a journey.
I have. I've had a big journey. You've probably noticed if you're here on Twitch, you've noticed that I have a little thing on my down there, as they say online.
Just click the button.
I have a thing down there in my about page talking about a memoir that I wrote about time that I spent. 22 years I spent in sort of a bizarre journey through Christian charismania. So yeah, I've had a long, interesting spiritual journey, and it continues on even beyond that whole journey that I wrote about. Um, and so, I'm always listening and reading stuff about spirituality and also mental health and nervous system health, and these things have all been a part of who I'm becoming, and getting in touch with who I am. And this whole journey of making puppets and hanging out with Sunny.
Yeah, I like that part. I'm glad you decided to do that.
Me too, because we kind of have some fun together.
Yeah, sometimes when you don't leave me just sitting here all by myself, going like this.
That's what he looks like when he's just sitting here. But he looks pretty blissful to me, don't you think? There are days that I just want to do that. Just that. anyways, so yeah, so the full moon is a thing. I mean, I've been tracking it for a while, like over a year now, and definitely in the week leading up to a full moon, or the 3-4 days leading up to a full moon, into full moon and just past full moon, like the energy just in the ether and in my body can get super intensely weird. And we have this new kitten, and her name is Luna, which means moon in Spanish, if you don't know. Andres, if you're here, you know. And she's been a little nuts these last few days. Now we also think she's in her first heat, but
Her first heat? Does that mean she's hot?
yeah, she's hot. We won't talk about what that is. She's
getting ready to have kittens.
No, she's not. We're not having kittens. We're not ready for kittens. Please, please, God, no kittens. We're keeping her fairly corralled so that can't happen. Sunny, look at that brightness on your side here. You look really bright.
Yes, because I'm sunny. I'm sunny like the sun, and Luna is loony like the moon.
Yes. I don't know how that happened. That wasn't on purpose. Sunny and loony. But anyway, so yeah, I'll feel better in a couple days, but it's been a rough ride. I won't lie to you. It's been a rough ride. And a lot of it's like this. I don't know if you're like me, but I've got this whirring, like spinning figure outer up here.
Where? Let me see.
No, you can't see it up my nose. Can
I see it in here?
No, you can't. It's inside my skull, my brain.
Oh, I don't have that.
No, you don't.
I just have your hand.
Yeah, I just have my hand in there.
But I can think thoughts. I'm kind of like the Tin Man. I think thoughts.
Yeah? Do you?
Yeah, I was thinking that I was feeling a little bit weird today, too.
You were?
Yeah, it's feeling a little bit kind of like this.
Yeah. What is that?
Kind of, I don't know, Stacy. Like I just can't think straight.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, totally makes sense to you.
Mm-hmm. It does. Anyways, yeah, so I like contemplated not even jumping on today because I'm like, what if I just completely lose it? No, I won't. Don't worry. Feel safe. Everything's fine. I'm just saying, we all have our good days and our bad days. We have the shit days. And
you said that word.
I know, Sunny. I love having you here with me, but
I'm the co-host. I'm supposed to be able to talk sometimes, and you just seem to talk without taking even one breath.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I can be quiet anyway.
Okay, good. Yeah, so the idea here is to be able to come in this space, reach out and have a little bit of community for those who pop in to say hi, and just be real. I mean, if it's a bad day, it's a bad day. If it's a good day, it's a good day. It doesn't matter. We all have those. But the idea is that we really need to be able to talk about this stuff. We need to be able to be real about how we're feeling. And I know that so much of the world demands that you be on your game, you show up and be productive and all those things. But there are some days, man, when you're just struggling, and that's okay. And that's one of the things I'm learning is how to struggle, be with the struggle, feel the struggle, and know that I'm okay. And I talked about this last time. That is part of the nervous system healing work that I'm doing, teaching me how to navigate those feelings and all that, the bodily sensations of the nervous system when it's coming back online, which mine has been offline. I came to find out through education for most of my life. Mm-hmm. So you can actually numb out your nervous system. Your nervous system numbs itself out as a part of a survival instinct when trauma aggregates and creates complexes in the body. So I'm not going to go there because I'm not prepared to speak about that. But I just want to say that that learning how to, as your body starts to wake up through this work that I'm doing, you start feeling the stuff, and it can be super uncomfortable. So just learning how to write it out and use my tools to check back in and know that I'm safe and all is well. And that's part of sort of the experiment of this whole thing with the puppets and the building of puppets and hanging out with people on Twitch, which again, I've met some lovely people here. And just kind of creating some community around creativity, around being real, around learning a craft, and just spending time together. And there's going to be days when Nana's feeling kind of funky.
Really? And it's okay for you to come and still be with your friends even when you're feeling really weird?
Mm-hmm. It's totally okay. And so hopefully we make space for each other with that. Okay, kids. So that's enough of jabbering. I've had enough of that.
Can I introduce our other guest?
Oh, sure. Okay, so I talked to you guys probably the first time or the second time, and some of you haven't been here ever, and that's okay. And we talked about how the puppetry thing kind of came into being, and it started with our granddaughter Kiki, and we started chatting with her 4 years ago when she was 4 years old via Meet because they live far away, and we brought in these little friends to have playtime together. And so come on up here, Vash. Don't be shy.
Hello. Hi. I'm Vash, and Nana doesn't even. This is so weird.
Yeah, on Meet, whichever way she turns is the way I see her turning. So,
anyways, we don't need to talk about that, but one thing I just want to let you know about is that Nana doesn't even attempt to stop to do ventriloquism with me because, well, I'm floating. Look at that. I'm floating. I'm floating up.
Yeah. Okay, so this is weird. This is my left hand. I don't usually do Vash with my left hand. So this is Vash. And Vash has been with us for a long time. She's Kiki's buddy. And
so is my brother. My brother and Monkey Monk and my cousin Toodles.
Yeah, Monkey Monk and Toodles.
Hello, Vash.
Hi.
Hi, Monkey. Hi, Sunny.
Okay. Like I said, new to this. So this is Vash, and
yeah, you've said that lots of times, Nana.
Oh yeah, I have.
It's okay, Nana. Sunny. Yes. Would you mind letting Nana have her right hand, please? Because she's about to have an aneurysm from trying to hold you with her right hand and me with her left hand, and have everybody in the camera and not move her lips and have everything working. And she's about to die. Could you let her have her right hand, please? Of course, because I love you, Vash, and I love Nana. You do? Oh, maybe you could stay. Oh, I don't know. We would have to slow things way down. And then these people? There's people? Where's the people?
They're out there, you know. They're out there.
Out where? I don't think there's anybody, really. No, let me look. See, it's so backwards. I don't understand. Okay, I'm gonna try. Whoop. This is weird.
Yeah, this is weird. Okay, so here's the thing, you guys. I talked about this last time. I took a puppetry class last weekend that was puppetry for the camera. Talked about this last time, how the camera is absolutely backwards. Like I'm holding Vash with my left hand, but in my little monitor here, it looks like I'm holding Vash with my right hand, like she's totally on my right. And so every time I try to move her, she goes the absolute opposite way of where I think she's going to go. So like I'm trying to get her closer to my head. So I go this way. Wait, I go this way. I don't know what I do. Anyways, it's a thing. I mean, those Muppet people, they know what they are doing with puppets. So anyway, there she goes. Oh, where are you going, Vash? Okay, so when we do Meet, the Meet software to talk, it's completely flipped. So I can see myself in the camera and I can see Vash, and I have a lot of dexterity on not letting my fingers show. But she's the most adorable monkey on the planet.
Yes, she is. She's super adorable. It's so nice.
Yeah, you're adorable, Sunny.
But I was adorable first. That's the thing we have to all remember, is that I was the cutest first.
Now hold on, Vash.
What?
Well, you're being a little bit, I don't know, boastful or something?
It's okay. I'm confident. That's what I am. I'm very confident and I'm very smart and I know what I'm talking about. And it's okay for me to know that. Why did you say there?
See, that's the thing. I said thir because I'm halfway between ventriloquism and not ventriloquism with this guy.
Right here, who's trying very hard to learn how to talk without moving Nana's lips.
Without moving my lips.
And not worrying about it with me because Kiki said that she doesn't care if Nana moves her lips when she's talking to me because she's looking at me and she knows that I'm real. Except she knows I'm not real. Because one day she said, "Are you real?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I'm real." Okay, hold on.
Look at the difference when I know what I'm doing. Ah, my nose. I've got sunny fur up my nose.
So I think everybody hung up.
Yeah, probably.
Anyways, Nana used to hold me in front of her mouth like this so that maybe Kiki couldn't see her moving her lips. And then one day Kiki said, move Vash out of the way.
And I said, why? And she said,
yeah, she said, because I want to see if Nana's lips are moving when Vash is talking.
She's like 4.5, 5. And so we did the big reveal and she saw Nana's lips moving
while I was talking. And then she said, okay, it's fine. I just want to make sure.
And from that day on, she was like total friends with Vash and didn't care that Nana's lips moved when Vash talked. And we have 2 other little monkey guys that join us. We have Monkey Monk.
That's my brother.
Yeah, Monkey Monk is Vash's brother.
And we have my cousin Toodles, and he's the best. Even though please don't make fun of his lisp because he cannot help it. And I think it makes him wonderfully creative. That's what I think.
And yeah, so we were wishing that we could find a way to make Vash able to talk, open and close her mouth. But as you can see, I could never put my hand inside there.
And I don't think I would want you to.
No, probably not.
I think it would be better if I just did this. I mean, there have been so many puppets through the years who did not open and close their mouth, but they still are able to communicate and talk very clearly, and it's totally fine.
You're right. You're right, Vash. But we are going to make a monkey puppet at some point.
You are? You going to make a monkey puppet?
Yeah, it can be your buddy.
My buddy? But what about me? I'm her daddy.
Yeah, you are, Sonny. You're her buddy.
Anyways, so what are we doing here today?
Oh, I just wanted to introduce you to people, and I thought, sometimes if you want to pop in, you can.
Really? Could we invite my brother and my nephew? I mean, my cousin. Nephew? Where did I get that?
Well, you just got your family tree a little bit blown around.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, I think it would be really fun if my brother and my cousin could come.
Me too. See, if I sit back here, no, it's not better. This is just a bad camera thing I got going on here. Anyways, yeah, we should do that. We should have Monkey Monk and Monkey Monk and Toodles come in, and they could chat with us. They're hilarious.
Yeah, but I have to warn you of one little thing. Monkey Monk has a little problem with, can I say it, Nana?
Yeah, you can say it.
He gets in a little trouble with some farting.
Yeah, he's a little gassy.
It's his favorite thing to do, and especially if he gets scared. Yep.
Yeah, he does have a little farty thing that happens with him.
Yeah, but we don't mind because we love him anyway, just like we love Toodles, even though he's got a little bit of, his S's have a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. But we play games and we chat, and Vash is never short on advice, honestly. So if you have a question, you could ask her, and she would, mine the depths of her wisdom, because I think she's an old soul.
Yes, I am. I'm an old soul. I'm pretty sure this is probably my 10th time around. I don't know if I've been a monkey the whole time, but definitely a sage and somebody who's lived around the block a couple of times.
Yep.
So if you have questions, you could send them in to.
I don't know, Vash. I don't have any place for them to send questions in.
Oh.
But if there's anybody here, which I don't think there is, but it's okay. We have a little chat thing. See this over here? Over there.
And which way am I looking?
Over here.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
See that big black square with nothing in it?
Yes, I see it.
That is our chat. And if people pop in to say hi, they might go in there and type some words and say hi.
Oh, I think that could be fun.
Yeah, if they know how to type. Yeah.
How come their faces aren't there?
Because people, they like to come and chat and just not really show their face. They just like to type things.
Oh, I think if I had fingers, I think I would love to type. But I just have these little blobs. See? Blob. Yeah, I can't type with that. I mean, I might be able to type with a one,
Hunt and peck, as they call it.
yeah, like you do when you're texting your daughter. And when you're texting your son, your kids, you'll use one finger.
I do.
Anyways, I think the people would like you to build a puppet now.
Oh, yes.
Because you told me that's what you're doing here.
Yeah, I did, huh?
Yeah, and I would like to watch it too, because you said you're building a purple monster.
We are. We're building a purple monster for M.
Oh, that very pretty lady.
Yeah, the super pretty lady with all that giant hair.
Yeah, she is very pretty. And she's super smart too. And by the way, Nana,
Yeah?
I just want to ask you something.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm wondering why it is that you only mention your daughter, even though you also have a son.
Dun, 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 dun. No, it's not a dramatic moment at all. Yes, I have a son. If I turn you that way and I go this way, then we're looking at each other, huh?
Yeah, no, I can't really see you very good. But if I turn all the way around, then I'm turning my back to the audience, and I was taught that that is not a thing to do.
No, okay. Yes, I have a son, and he's amazing, but I don't talk about him because he's super private. So I'll have to get his permission because we have so funny stories. Oh my God, so many great stories, and he's amazing too. So, but my daughter is, she seems pretty comfortable. Although I am trying to be careful about what I do talk about. Okay, so Vash.
Yeah. And I'm here too. I'm still here. That my face is crushed on the table.
Oh, yeah. I laid him down on the table, and I didn't put him up on his. I didn't put him up on his thing.
Yeah. So I'm sort of very uncomfortable.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Sonny. I'm gonna put you up on your thing.
Okay. But I was wondering.
Yeah.
Could we practice for just a minute?
Okay.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm just totally fine with just sitting right here on your computer and watching.
Oh, Vash, you are the best.
I know. I try very hard.
We're working on that too. Trying so hard all the time. I've been reading, I'm going to get the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu, his name is. And yeah, he talks about not trying so hard. We're going to be working on that. Okay, Vash, I'm going to give you a little pat. I'm going to set you right here because when you're sitting here on my computer and I look at you, you make me so happy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And you know what? Someday I'm going to learn how to talk your voice too without moving my lips.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, it would, huh? Okay. All right, Sonny. What is it that you wanted to do?
Okay. I think the title are...
Oh, a new country has been heard from. What? I don't know what. You got to be specific because I said something like 2 or 3 minutes ago, and then you showed up, and then I didn't see it for 2 or 3 minutes. No, I think my chat lag is at least 20 seconds. So if you give me a one word question or a one word answer, I have no idea what you're talking about, and I honestly don't know what to do about that. I think it's just the nature of the beast here. The fact that we have squirrel internet, and this is the price we pay for living in the mountains. But anyways, yes, you have a brother. You funny girl. Of course I have a son. I know I don't mention him because, as you know, he's a kind of He's a private person, and you are too, but I don't know. I'll get his permission, because don't you think there are some stories that could possibly be worth sharing at some point? I can't help it. They do pop into my head. And hey, we've had some good times, right? Haven't we? I don't know. If I get some therapy, I might be able to get over this streaming thing and the need to publicly share my life. But for now, this is where I'm at. So forgive me. Sunny, you're just the greatest.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you telling me that.
Yeah?
Everybody needs to hear about how much they're loved.
Yeah. I love you, Em.
And
And what?
and you love me.
And I love me. Okay. All right, stop. Okay. What was it you wanted to do before we quickly put you aside?
Put me aside. Yeah, you're just gonna lay me aside.
No. I am going to start working on Purple Monster. Don't you want Purple Monster to get finished?
Yeah, I do. I want Purple Monster to be finished, but I also want to be on TV.
Okay. Okay, let's practice just a couple of sentences. This probably gets boring for you guys, but it helps me. And this is what we're here to do together, right?
Yes, it's what we're here to do. It's what we're here to do, and you like it.
Okay, Sunny, we're not trying to pull Jedi mind tricks on the people.
Okay, I'm just gonna really quickly show you how good I'm getting at this one. The Doi Dada Basketball. Wasn't that awesome? Except that my mouth didn't quite work right.
Oh, that was the other thing I learned about in this class that I took last weekend. So when you're doing, and I think I talked about this before, but when you're operating a puppet, so your fingers are supposed to stay very relaxed, and all of the movement is supposed to come from the lower jaw, because that's how we talk. We don't move our upper jaw so much, a little bit, because we move our head. But puppets, you just use your thumb, because otherwise they're going like this, which looks really strange. It looks a little bit like they're having some kind of a little seizure kind of thing.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Okay, so with Sunny, I have a very hard time keeping my fingers still. Like I try.
Yeah, she tries really hard, but you can see that my upper face is moving around.
And I think it's partly because I have this really double jointed thumb, and it's hard for me to move it.
Yeah, it wants to go sideways. It's really weird.
So anyway, Sunny, so we're working on, let's just say count, okay? Count for me, Sunny.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I mean, because I could have gone
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
which looks kind of like he's trying to eat the sky or something. So I took this workshop. This gal led it, and she's a character on Sesame Street, and she's an autistic character on Sesame Street. I can't think of what her name is. I want to say Frances, or it might be Frances, but I'm not absolutely sure. And she is, and I'm blanking on her. I'm blanking on her name, which is really terrible. But anyways, so she's like, does it with such ease, and her fingers hold still, and she's like, yeah, you're going to need to practice that. And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. But the whole thing was on this whole camera thing. She was talking about how the camera thing works when they're shooting for television and stuff. And I'll tell you, man, those puppeteers, they're very, like, it takes a lot of work to get good at that. And so I don't hold any delusions of grandeur that I'm doing anything super impressive here. But I'm having fun, and I'm learning something new. And honestly, at my age, it's probably really good for me to do this with my brain, try to wire in a few new skills. Okay, so Sunny, let's do this really quick. So go ahead.
Okay, so the next one is, if good fortune follows a fellow, he's fine.
That's pretty good. And we haven't practiced too much in this last week. A little bit. But after a while, my husband thinks I'm losing my mind because I walk around the house talking Sunny, even though he's in another room. And sometimes I talk to my husband without moving my mouth. And I think it can be a little disconcerting at times. So I try to be selective about when I work on it. Go ahead, Sunny.
Marinate,
See, I moved.
marinate nata in Mexico.
That's pretty good. Except for you did my voice.
What do you mean?
You did my voice.
I did your.
I did. I can't do it. I can't do my own voice while doing Sunny anymore. That's probably a good sign.
Please put the piccolo in your pocket.
Very good.
The veteran volunteered to visit the volcano.
That's pretty good too.
Leland.
Okay, so what do you think, guys? Is it a little bit better? A little? Who cares? Okay, let's move on to making puppets.
Yeah, let's not bore the tortito to death.
Okay. All right, so puppet time with Nana. Okay, I got some things to share. Can I put you over on your stand now?
Please put me on my stand.
Okay, put him on stand. Okay. This is usually when people hang up. Sunny's gone. I'm leaving. All right. Oh, give me a hand here, buddy.
I can't. I can't have my hands. I know. Okay, there. That's better.
Oh, he looks so cute. I don't know if you can see him. Look at him. He looks like he's navel gazing. This is his little stand. So his stand is just, I don't know if you can see it because the light is bad. It's just I just made a big 2x4. Took a big 2x4 and I drilled some holes, big dowel holes in it. And I put these, I have 3 dowels here because eventually I'll have 2 more puppets. And then he can just, and I should put if you can hear me. Oh, sorry. See, I have to grab him by the eyeballs. I should put they have these wooden knobs that I could put on top there that would actually be a little more gentler on the inside of his mouth. Because puppets, they can wear out. They can get, they're somewhat, fragile. So anyway, a little ball in there would be better on his internal mechanisms. But they're expensive. Like one wooden ball to put on there is like, I don't know, $15. It's ridiculous. So I just try to be very gentle with him. Okay. So a couple things. I kind of jumped ahead. I'll watch these tutorials and then I will, I'll figure, I got it. And then I'll get on here and realize I didn't have it. So really should run a little review for myself before I jump on here. So anyway, let me jump to the workbench and show you what I mean. So hopefully you can see everything fine. It looks to me like you can. I'm gonna turn my music off for just a sec while I'm actively talking. I turn it on when we're working so that it's just kind of chill, but I just want to say, so last time we cut out all these body parts and I thought, the next thing I'll do is jump into the body. And then I realized that's well and good. And it's a good thing to do. But I think instead, the next logical step that I would have taken would have been the mouth plate for Purple Monster's mouth. So I went back to brush up on mouth plates. And the mouth plates for foam puppets, they're a little bit different than the mouth plate for a soft puppet like Sunny. And when I went back to review it, I recognized that these cheeks should have gone on after the mouth plate being put in. So I'm gonna redo these cheeks. And honestly, I remember last time I was telling you that this piece here needed to be, I wanted it to be beveled for some reason. And then I went back and looked at the video and I realized she actually beveled it. She goes in and she snips this up and bevels it so that you get a nice flat. You see how this is puffy? It's just not it doesn't nicely go into the cheek, which actually, because I'm putting fur on this puppet, I probably wouldn't worry about it too much. If I was doing fleece, which is a much thinner fabric and it's going to show, it has the potential to show bumps and things, scars and stuff, which this is very scarry. I'm hoping I got some new cement that came yesterday. So I'm hoping that I get a softer join from here on out. But like I can feel these. It feels like a gnarly scar. It's kind of cool, actually. It feels like a gnarly scar. But if I was covering this with fleece, which is that nice thin, soft material that we'll use on the hands, if I was using fleece, I think every one of these bumps would show. And it's super important to get these nice smooth joins on these kind of puppets if you want it to look nice, if you want it to look real. So if I was doing fleece, this would be awful. This would all these cheek joins would show. It's hard. Like that glue was so thick and gross that it just won't even allow this to make a connection. So I'm hoping that the new glue is better for that. And again, because I'm doing fur, I could potentially just leave this, but here's the problem. When we put the mouth plate in, this lip area is actually going to roll up and around and over the very edge of the mouth plate. And because this cheek is here and the glue is so freaking hard, I don't think I can get that piece to have a nice soft roll around the edge. I think it's going to cause me some problems. When I push on it, I can't get it to move. So I'm really strongly considering carefully cutting these off, seeing if I can get kind of back to a flat surface. I have a cheek because we found the lost cheek. So I already have one. So I could just cut out another cheek and reapply. And as I'm speaking of this, I'm a little bit scared that maybe that might not be the best plan. But I thought, well, we're going to make the mouth plate. So we'll be thinking about it while we're making the mouth plate. Okay, so we have a spare cheek that we can use. I have my cheek pattern here, so I can cut out another cheek later if I decide. Who are we kidding? I'm making the decisions here. If I decide to do that. Okay, so mouth plates, which I have discussed before. You probably know that inside the puppet, the mouth is a hard upper and lower plate that allows me to move the character's mouth open and closed. And it gives structure and form to the face. And so that's done using a hard substrate. In our case, we're going to use plastic. And there's different kinds of plastic you can use, but I'm going to use the plastic from, I dropped it, crap. Hang on, okay. From a bin lid. So this is a bin lid for just, storage bin. And it was a storage bin that got cracked. It was a crap bin anyways, because the lid never stayed snapped and sealed. And then the bin itself got cracked. So it's like, hey, a reuse here of plastic. It's beautiful. Another thing about puppets, building puppets and stuff, I really fret over it, is the nature of the materials we use. It's like, it's garbage. It's really bad stuff. It's bad for the environment. It's bad for everything. The glues are toxic. The fumes are toxic. So if this puppet is going to eventually go in the landfill, it makes me feel really like I'm contributing to things that I don't like to contribute to. It would be interesting to learn how to make puppets just using all natural materials, like all natural fabrics and things like that. But, honestly, I just don't have it in me right now, guys. So my heart's in the right place. For now, I'm going to make toxic puppets, okay? Please don't judge me. I'm just going to do it. Hopefully their cuteness will make up for it. Whoever ends up having these puppets will just cherish them and love them for a lifetime, And then they'll throw them in the landfill after we've already colonized another planet. I have no solution to this. Okay. So let's just have some fun with these puppets and try really hard in other areas. Like it's like a carbon offset kind of thing, which we'll do a garbage offset. Hey, I compost, okay? Although anything that goes to the dump is going to compost to a certain degree anyways. So I don't know if that counts. But I try really hard not to have too much in the garbage, and I try to recycle. What am I doing? Is this virtue signaling? What is this that I'm doing? It's just jabbering. Let's turn on the music and stop talking quite so much. Hopefully it's not on an ad. Oh no. Okay, just a soft lo-fi, chill vibe. Okay. All right. So we're going to cut these two guys out, as you have probably figured out by now. First, we're going to trace them, then we're going to cut them. And I get to use my badass mofo scissors, which I showed you last time. I use these for getting rid of evidence. No, I'm kidding. I just got these and I haven't used them yet on plastic, but I think they're going to be amazing. I used to just use my little old crap scissors. Okay, so I put an X on this one. Does the X mean this pen is crap and should be thrown away? Or does the X mean, no, this is a good one, use it? I have no idea. Let's find out. Okay. So I try, as always, to not waste too much here, but give myself a little space. Can you see? My workbench is suddenly too small. I think you can see. This guy can move. All right, so just quickly, I'm going to trace this little guy. You can't really see very well from this angle, so my lines are going to be crap. But I really, 3 times now, I think 3 or 4 times now in the stream, I have mentioned Adam Krutinger to you guys. These mouth plates came from Cynthia Lopez, my puppet factory, with the patterns for the head and the body. But I have used Adam's mouth plates techniques before. I've decided today that I'm going to use Cynthia's because this is her pattern, so I'm just going to follow her. I'm going to follow her tutorial. Okay, so this is upper. Here's a registration mark that we'll need to use later. But I bring up Adam because he's not well, and I really, even though there's only one of you here, as far as I can tell, I really would love to just shout from the rooftop that they are trying to raise funds for his family. So Adam Krutinger, who is the puppet nerd, he's on YouTube. He has contributed to the puppetry world in such a beautiful way over the years. He's actually the first person I found online when I was looking for puppetry or puppet making tutorials. And and he was diagnosed with brain cancer a couple of years ago, and he went through 1 surgery and a whole bunch of chemo and stuff, and he did pretty well for a while, and then it came back bad. So this is lower. And it's important to distinguish these. I didn't very well with Bob, who, if you've been around, you know who he is. And I really honestly believe I put his mouth plates in upside down because he's got a bizarre underbite, which is adorable. It turns out great to be a part of like his little cute character, but it really should have been oh, what's going on with my camera? Come on. What's happening to my camera? I must have some latency going on. Let me close. Where's my mouse? I should probably close. I have a browser window open because I wanted to actually show you. I was thinking about showing you a very quick news snippet about Adam. But I don't. And I know I can do that here, but I hesitate only because I don't know if there's copyright issues. I mean, it's on the internet, and I'm not doing it to make any money. I just was trying to draw attention to Adam, but there was a cool news story done on him, and I thought I might show it. But now I really honestly think that having a browser open right now is what's causing my camera to not function. So I'm going to close this chat window out and just use my phone. Check my phone, make sure I don't have my internet on. Yeah. Better? That looks better, but it's weirdly dark. Okay, well, there we go. I'll keep an eye on it. Let's quickly cut these out. Might have to end early. Okay. Oh yeah, these are awesome. So my other scissors, like I'm having to put some force in here, but I also have not very good grip strength. I used to have good grip strength, but I grew old. Which, Miss M, if you're still here, it's a thing that happens. I'm trying to stay youthful, but it's happening. And I'm trying to be okay with it. So that's why I appreciate, like, we've been doing a family call each week at the behest of my beautiful daughter. I'm trying to get these out of the lid first so it's easier to work with. Okay, get out of my way. Get out of my way. Yeah, so we do playtime with Kiki every day, but now on Sundays we do a family call, which has been amazing. Yeah, we just chat, or we just stare awkwardly at each other for a little while until we come up with something we want to talk about. Then we chat. So, all right. What's my freaking point there? Oh, I think my point was, time is marching on.
At Volkswagen, we
take here we go.
Seriously.
My free music.
Seriously.
Seriously, we're going to talk about Volkswagen, and I'm not going to get paid for that? Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Goodbye, music. I don't mean to complain, but that's supposed to be free music. Free. Which means it should be ad-free, don't you think? Okay, so really quickly, I just want to point out for those of you who might possibly be even remotely interested in this puppet making process, I'm going to cut on the inside of this fat line, because the inside of that fat line is the outside of this fat line. So otherwise the mouth plate would be too big. So I'm not trying to be morose or weird about the aging thing, but it really is a thing, aging, in case you didn't know. And I honestly, I'm just going to say it out loud. I regret that I didn't spend more time with my mom before she passed. And I mean, I know I'm nowhere near passing, but I definitely can feel like age happening. I can definitely feel it. I feel more tired. I feel a little more scattered. Now, some of that I think honestly is nervous system stuff, and I am really working on that. But I really appreciate that you have decided that that's something that you value and you want to do while we're able. I really appreciate it, and it means the world. So there you have it. And we did do a call a couple weeks ago with all of us, my son and his wife, and all of Miss M's family, and it was amazing to see both my kids at the same time, because I miss them. My son doesn't live too far away. He's only a little ways away, 3.5 hours or so. But with the busy lives of young folk, I don't get to see him very often. So, but I see Miss M less, because she's way far. But she's coming for Thanksgiving. I shouldn't do that so loud into the mic. I know I clip when I do that. So my whole family is getting together. Everybody's coming to California. No, actually to Oregon. Oh God, I'm not supposed to say those things. Do you see? Do you see? I understand now why the off the record comments. I didn't say where. I didn't say where. Somewhere in Oregon. We're going to have Thanksgiving together. And another cool thing is that we have a third kid who is a surrogate who was our foreign exchange student for a year way back in 2009. And she's, oh, this does not look good. Hold on. She lives in Italy. She's Italian. Italiano. Beautiful young Italiano girl. And I don't know, that just looked so crooked. And it's very possible that she's gonna come out and have Thanksgiving with our family. And she fit in so well. It was such a delight to have her with us, and she hit it off well with our kids. And she really truly knit into our family. We've only seen her once, and she was here 2009, I think, 2009, 10, I think. Am I right about that? Oops, lost my chat. Hang on, sorry guys, I gotta check the chat here. Okay. I think 2009, 10, she was with us. No, 9, 10 or 8, 9? Might have been 8, 9. Miss M could probably tell me easily. But anyways, she got along with the kids great, and but she came to see us. She was in San Francisco for a very short minute, and we went for the afternoon and had some meal together. We got to see each other. Okay, that's trash. And it was the first time I'd seen her in probably 5 years or so. But it was so fun to see her. Okay, not so happy about that. So you probably can't see, but there's a bunch of, there's a bunch of, okay. So here's what we're going to do about that. See, so your hands are on this, so it has to be comfortable. I'm going to cover the side that the fingers are on. Is going to get covered with fabric. This side will get covered with felt, but I'm a little bit worried that since this is raised, if that's the inside of the mouth and I put the felt on there, this is going to be bumpy. That's going to look weird. So if I put, but the side that the hand is touching is going to have a couple of things. It's going to have, it actually goes this way. It's going to have a foam, like a little lip here for the fingers to grip. And I'm going to cover that with fabric. So that'll be covered with fabric, so the hand won't be touching this. So we're going to remember to make this the side that I put the finger stop, the finger grip, and the fabric on. So I'll mark the and I'll forget because I forget. So this will be the side for the grip in the fabric. How's this one? Same damn thing. It's so funny because earlier, look at that. Earlier, it says do not make puppet mouths from this. It doesn't say that. This one, same thing. This is the lower mouth plate. So this will have fabric. So we're going to do the same thing this side too. Okay, so this is lower. There's my register. Oh, look at that. Right? How did that work? It's exactly right on that bump. I'm just gonna hope that doesn't cause me troubles. We'll find out. Upper and lower. Okay, that's fine. So I have to think for a moment. My brain is tired. This moon is just dragging me. It's almost like the moon is like pulling the energy out of my body as it rotates into full. I know that's total woo boner. No, it's not. It's probably totally scientific. I just listened to a physicist talking about astrophysics and the planetary bodies and, whatever you call it, black holes and dark material and all that kind of stuff. It's all connected, folks. It's all connected. We should be studying that. Okay. The science is never settled. Okay, so, wow, look at the difference in size there. That's super interesting. Yeah, he's going to have quite the overbite. It's going to be super cute. You can kind of see it already in the foam, little overbite. It's really cute. I know this looks, remember I said this looks like a turtle, which it does to me, but this will all pull in more and he'll get more of a rounded front of his face. I am now officially stalling because we're moving into, just wanted to see, yeah. We are moving into some heavy duty work here. So the next thing I'm going to do is I need to get some sandpaper and I need to rough these puppies up. I was thinking about doing that outside. But I don't have anybody here to help me to know if I move outside, like if I lose you. Usually Mike is here. Let's do it in here. I've got some sandpaper in here. Hang on for me with me for a second. I'll be right back. Watch this. This is fancy. Look at that. Be right back. I'm still here though. I'm still in the room. I don't know if you can hear me. Miss M, if you're there. Tell me if you can hear me. This will help me for future. Like if I walk away and put that screen on, like if my microphone is still active. All right, we'll use this. I'm trying to do anything and everything that is potentially toxic for my lungs. I am trying to do that outside. But moving outside is a whole thing. So we'll do this inside. So we're going to sand the edges of this. As you can see, I'm going to have plastic dust flying everywhere. So this mouth plate is a bit different from Sunny. Oh, I've done it again. Okay, I'm going to come back to Adam in a moment. Don't let me get off. Don't let me get off track, okay? So, this mouth plate is a bit different from what's inside of Sunny, and it's actually put together a bit differently than what's inside of Sunny. So this is the first time I've actually done this particular plan. So I'm just trying to make this nice and smooth. And I didn't write down the steps. I watched Cynthia again making her mouth plates, and her stuff is so perfect and beautiful. So I'm smoothing this, but also at the same time I'm going to be roughing it up because we want I want all the imperfections off these two surfaces, but then also when I get to, I'm going to rough up each of these two sides so that whenever I want to glue something to them, which I will be, they are a little bit rough, not so smooth, and things will adhere better. Kind of like scoring when you're doing sculpture. You score when you need to attach two things together, you rough up the surfaces that are going to be attached to each other. Okay, too much information. Okay. All right, so that's smoothed. Get these corners off a little. Don't need any sharp edges, really. You can see what I'm doing. So yeah, these corners I'm just sort of taking down just a little bit so they're not poking into the foam. Because these are moving parts, you know? So we want them to not do damage to the puppet fur. Okay, I'm liking that. That's fine. I'll probably be really sorry I did that. Those are pretty round. Probably didn't want to do that. I get a little carried away, you know, wanting things to be pretty. Okay, we'll just take a little bit of that one off. Not quite so much. Oh, just got my fingernail. so back to Adam. So yeah, so I keep thinking, oh, I want to show that little video. I think what I'll do is I'm going to just throw this up in case there's anybody here lurking. I'm just throwing that up there. His family is, I mean, I think they depend on his income, and he has a lot of income streams. Like he sells puppet patterns, he sells puppets, he has merchandise. This shirt I bought from him, it says, "Sorry I'm late, I was making puppets." Such a great shirt. And I bought one for Kiki, Patu, actually. And so I'm trying to support him in any way that I can. I bought a puppet pattern from him that I'm actually going to use part of for this puppet. But they are doing a GoFundMe, as you can see. I threw up on the screen there. If you feel so inclined to, I mean, any amount, I'm sure will help his family. You know, brain cancer is it's not pretty. I really wish I could show that video to you guys. I probably should have at least put the link up, but okay, I feel like that's pretty good. I might show it. It's like 2.5 minutes long. So beautiful. I'll tell you what it's about. They did a major display of all, I think I said this on a previous broadcast, but they did this major display of all his many works of art, puppetry, but he also paints. I mean, the guy makes clothes and he does all kinds of stuff, but he's got 2 little teeny kids, 2 little ones. But and he has a podcast. I don't know how he does it. Okay, that's good. So I'm also going to rough up both sides here of these surfaces to prepare it for glue. Sorry, the mic is probably going to be making a bunch of noise. I don't know what the prognosis is, but I know in any case, no matter what the outcome, his family's going to need some help. And he has made such beautiful contributions to children and to makers, creators, and puppeteers. I just think it'd be beautiful if, and I think there has been a lot of community support, people showing up to support him. But and his exhibition, I think it was in Buffalo, New York. I think it was at a university. Had such a beautiful turnout. It was I think it was scheduled for a month, and they extended it to 3 months because so many people kept coming. I would love to go, but like they took over a whole wing at this some area of this university, and they just displayed all of his puppets and his paintings and stuff. And then he came to a few of the nights and met people, and so many kids wanting to meet him and stuff. Really neat. Just such beautiful outpouring of support. But I was thinking, like, if I had a bunch of Twitch followers can get together and do fundraisers. They can like band together as channel hosts or whatever you call them. I don't know, broadcasters, and they can. I don't want that all in my mouse. Okay, so this is nice. Like this feels like velvet almost now. It's got a nice little nap to it, which will be great for gluing. So that one's done. Okay, I've already smoothed the edges of this one out. So if I knew enough people on Twitch, I would say, hey, let's do something and see if we can't benefit this guy. People are so generous on Twitch. It's pretty cool. Don't think he's a gamer. And I know that Twitch isn't exclusively for gamers. I wonder how much noise this is actually making. We'll find out. I'll find out when I go and look at my recording. Which, you know, I know some of my friends will see this on the recording, on the replay. And I appreciate it. I appreciate those of you who've popped in later, because I know the middle of the day is not the greatest time. And I really, truly am going to add, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I felt so shitty this last couple days and this morning that I almost thought, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just not going to do this. I'm not doing this streaming. It's too much. And I don't know for sure. I don't know. If I decide to continue, I will definitely add a couple of days, and I'll probably add an evening, late afternoon, and a morning, because I have friends across the pond who, well, in Britain. If you're in Britain, then if I said across the pond, you'd think I meant America. But I have friends around the world. I think that's kind of the beauty of the internet. Sometimes I hate the internet, and sometimes I'm like, I have friends in England. I could go to England tomorrow and I'd have someplace to stay. I think that's wonderful. At least I think I do. I'm pretty sure, Vera, I could stay on your couch if I needed to, right? But anyways, I know that they come and watch the replay because I don't broadcast when they're up. So I thought, oh, I could do like a 9 a.m. Pacific, like 9 to 11 Pacific, which I may do on Mondays. And then I might do a Friday, 4:30 p.m. Pacific to 6:30 p.m. Pacific. That way my granddaughter can actually come. And I don't think I'm going to do a Saturday morning because honestly, I think on Saturday mornings, you ought to just go outside. You ought to just go out and get some fresh air and forget about me. Forget about about live streams. Forget about the internet. Go get your feet dirty in the dirt. Put your hands in some soil or go play in the snow or something. Well, I'm going to be anyway. All right. You know, one of the things that was happening to me when I first started this live stream, I got all caught up in the fucking social media. Sorry if you're watching this, Kiki. Nana says bad words. Nana has a potty mouth. I need some kind of an alert that pops up. Uh-oh. Whoop-whoop. I got all caught up in the thing that says, oh, if you want to be successful, if you want to go viral, then you have to post on social media 10 times a day, and you got to do this and that, and your content has to look like this or that. And, you know, here's the 16 secrets to going viral and finding audience. And I told myself I wasn't going to get caught up in that shit, but I did. I'm like, oh, I gotta post some highlight reels, and oh, I gotta go do this and do that. And I'm telling you, some people love that and they do great at it, and power to you if you can. But my psyche like freaks out about it. And no matter how much I try to like use my intellect, like the part of me that doesn't freak out about it, there is a part there that's like, it's nothing. Why are you making a big deal about this? Just do it and don't worry about it. Have fun. Reframe it. And my body says something different. And that's what I'm trying to listen to these days, is the body. So if my body is, you know, waking up in the middle of the night 25 times and my kidneys hurt and I have to pee 1,000 times and, you know, I'm getting brain fog and stuff, I know from what I'm studying in my nervous system healing class, I know it to be true that is my body talking to me. It's my nervous system talking to me and telling me, well, there's a book by, I think his name is Bessel van der Kolk, called The Body, When the Body Says No. That actually might be Gabor Mate. There's another one that says Body Keeps the Score. That might be Gabor Mate. I'm not sure. Anyway, you can look it up. But it talks about how your body keeps track of those offenses when you just aren't listening. So I told myself that if I was going to continue doing this, that I would not worry about that. You know, I even considered shutting down my social media 100%, just saying, screw it, I'm not doing it. Because for whatever reason, I'm allergic to it. And I think part of it is that, you know, you go to the effort, you create all these cool little posts and you do all this stuff. And then you get two views or 2 likes. And it's like, what is the point? It's so saturated. It's like yelling into the wind. And, you know, in some ways I love social media because people put out some really awesome creative content and I enjoy it. Like, just like the next guy, you know, sometimes scrolling is actually a nervous system resource. Like when I need to mindfully, it's going to be oxymoron, but mindfully check out and just chill, I can scroll and watch some kitties. You know, I can scroll and watch puppets. I can scroll and watch these artists that I don't know how they're even human in what they can actually do. It's so amazing. You know, and it actually can give me hope for humanity because I see what some people create and do. But when it comes to trying to have like a quote unquote presence, sorry, I gotta get rid of this shit. Try not to breathe it in as it makes its way into my trash can. You know, this trying to have a presence, it's just not good for me. Maybe someday it will be. Maybe someday I could just pay somebody else to do it. And maybe I don't need to do it at all. Maybe I get on here and I make these things and I hang out and I talk to myself and nobody comes and it's okay. Or I just post it on YouTube and I can live there quietly. Oh, that's kind of funny. I don't like that, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't have to join. I think ultimately it'll be about that far apart inside the mouth. But you can see now that we've got something solid, and we got a ways to go here, guys. There's much more that goes to this, but you can see eventually how this is going to glue inside of here. And this is why I was thinking about redoing the cheeks because, so let's see if you can see this. So this little margin right here, this little seam allowance, if you will, this little margin is going to actually, once it's got glue on it, it's going to collapse inward over the edge of this mouth plate like that. And it's going to glue sort of around this lip. And when I get to the corners of the mouth here, this is so solid from this shit glue that I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to make that go over like I need to. So I really believe I'm going to be redoing these. And I think, you know, that's a good exercise probably to redo something and see if I can wing it. We may not get there. We're probably not going to get there today. Okay, this is roughed up. So the next thing I have to do is, this is going to be the side that our grips go on and that are elastic. So we're going to have elastic on here also that holds, that you're able to slide your fingers under, so that you have a nice firm, like it's attached to your hands. When you put your hand inside the puppet, slide it under the elastic, you got a nice sturdy apparatus really that your hand is firmly held in. Now the way Cynthia did it was she put the foam directly on the plastic. No, she put this soft fabric over this first and then attached the foam to the fabric. I, however, think that this is how I did it with Sunny. I put the foam onto the mouth plate and then covered it with the fabric, covered the foam with the fabric. And my reason for that is that foam breaks down quite quickly when it gets exposed to like sweat, you know, exposed to skin and exposed to rubbing. And I want that little, so remember I told you I like to save scraps because they come in handy for things. Well, this little foam, I'll tell you what this is for. They call it a speed bump in puppet making. And it's to keep your hands, to keep your fingers sort of in place. It gives your fingers sort of something to rest on, something soft, but also because your fingers are rounded in puppetry, it just kind of gives you a little more something to grip. So if I put the fabric, which it also makes things more comfortable, it'll cover up this rough stuff, because you have your hand inside a puppet for a while. So you want it to be comfortable. So I will put the fabric over all of this and kind of encase the foam inside the fabric. But I want this to be a nice rectangle. So trim this up. It doesn't have to be perfect because nobody sees it and it's going to be trapped under fabric. I think that'll be pretty good. And then after I glue it on, I'll trim this up, round it up a little bit and make it easier for this to press down under the fabric. Okay, so we're going to glue that on there. And then we'll have another one. Oh, that's the upper. Okay, so that's the lower. So the upper needs to be a little bit bigger. Okay. Yeah, I was showing you my fingers on this one. It's actually the thumb. It's gonna go here. Which makes me think that this is actually too long. Doesn't need to be that big. Also, I'm going to be sewing a piece of elastic across here. And so this will be in the way. So I need it to be a little shorter because I'm going to need these two margins to sew. So we'll just give that a slice like that. Okay, that's the lower. There's the upper. I think about like that. Upper and lower. My breakfast just went away. I don't know if you're like me, but I'll be like good and then suddenly not good. Suddenly need some sustenance really badly. Okay, so we're gonna have to run outside now because I need to glue. We're gonna glue these two guys on. Actually, before we run outside, I'm gonna cut the fabric because that way we can do all of it at once. We can spend our time out on the porch wisely. So I've decided I'm going to use this fabric. This was Sunny's hand fabric.
Hey, that's my skin.
Well, it's not your skin.
It is my skin. It's totally my skin. Look at my hands are made out of that.
Yeah, they are, but it's okay, buddy. It's just fabric. I think sometimes Sunny has these little existential moments when he's like in total realization that he is in fact a puppet. Okay, so again, when we're working with fabric, it's usually important which way the stretch is, and I don't know that it's important for this, but the reason I'm looking is because I think it would be better for it to stretch the long way. I'm gonna flip this over. I think that'll fit there. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna cut this out. Is that the one? It's not the one. Oh, these lights are killing me. Okay. Sorry, I don't mean to be such a complainer. Jesus. All right. And I think I'm going to give it a little teeny bit of seam allowance, but I'll draw it first. And the reason I should take Adam down, but I'm not going to, just in case. If you're just coming in, if you're lurking, you're not chatting with me, or if you're watching the replay and you've just happened to come in at this point, Adam Krutinger. There's a link there. It's to his Patreon or his GoFundMe, I think is a GoFundMe. And he's in dire need of some assistance and help. And if you go to his GoFundMe, you'll see what it's all about. Amazing puppetry guy. All right. So that's not exactly right, but that's okay. And I'm going to do this one all the way to here because I can't use this for anything else. So, okay, we're going to see if Nana can work a little bit faster while she's jabbering. Okay, I am going to mark this just because. Upper and lower. Because I get confused. I can hear my husband lurking around outside my door. Hi, honey. I don't know if you're on watching, but... So like I say, I think I'm going to cut this out. For heck's sakes. I think I'm going to cut this out. Upper was larger, lower was smaller. With a teensy bit of seam allowance because when I glue it on, now it does have some stretch. I think I'll especially have seam allowance around these two sides where it doesn't stretch too much because these foam pads are going to take up a little bit of space and therefore this will shorten, and I want to be able to have coverage to the edges. In fact, do I want it to wrap around? That's a good question. Thank you for asking it, Nana. Here's my question. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to cut it. I'm going to give myself a nice seam allowance here just in case, and then I can cut it off if I need to. I just yanked both I just, God help me. Okay. I'm not sure I need it here, but I certainly think I want it here on the bottom, and we'll see. So let's just cut it and see. All right, I've already got a little bit there. We'll use that as the guide. So I don't know. Have I shared too much today? It very well could be. You know, that's another existential question I ask. It's like, what is it that makes me need to share my life publicly? Okay, I don't know. That's the question for a therapist, right? Okay, so I want to cut these apart because this is really kind of in my way. Okay. So I don't, you know, maybe I will give myself a teensy bit because I can always trim it off if it's hanging over the edge when it all is said and done. I think. So this piece of fleece came from an old sweatshirt.
My skin is an old sweatshirt.
Mm-hmm.
My skin is an old sweatshirt.
Mm-hmm. It's okay, Sonny. So this would go here, you know, it's going to have glue on it, and then it would wrap up and around like this. And I think I can stretch it all the way to the edges. Oh, my computer does this weird. Okay, so every time I'm streaming, my computer does this weird thing. It makes the sound of something being unplugged, you know, when you unplug something from your computer and it goes beep boop. My lights dim, my screen dims, you know, there's this weird sound as if like some hacker is like controlling things. And I'm not, yes, I am totally paranoid about that stuff. Sorry, but I am. Okay. So that's going to go like that. And we're going to use some spray adhesive for that piece, for that part. So I think that seam allowance is a good thing. And I think it's okay to have it wrapping around here. I really do. Except that maybe not. And I'll tell you why. This edge is going to get glued to the lip. And if I have that fabric on there, I don't think it's going to make as good of a contact. So I may just go to that edge, and then I might just trim this before I glue it in. We're going to try that, guys. We're going to try that. But I'm gonna leave it. But I may not wrap it around is all I'm saying. Okay. You see me? Probably not. Sorry. I don't have my chill music on because there was an ad playing. And that was like a total buzzkill for me. Okay. Yeah, I may regret this. I'll have to do a bunch of trimming, but I really think it'll be okay. I really am I'm a bit on the anal retentive side about things. I like things tidy. I like things neat. I like things done beautifully. It's just how I am. I like that part of creating. All right. Lower, lower, lower. So this will get contact cemented to that. Then I'm going to do a quick trim of this. I'm tempted to do it in advance. Cynthia does not. She glues it on first. Then she does a trim. Then she does a spray. She does a spray. Well, she does the opposite of me. She does this and then that. But I think it's smarter. Sorry, Cynthia, if you ever watch my stuff, which why would you? I just think it'd be smarter to have that foam protected with fabric. And it does flatten. It flattens that speed bump a bit, but not so much. I mean, Sunny's feels good to my fingers. So another thing Cynthia does is she puts a piece of duct tape along here that folds over and around and kind of just softens this edge, because I think she believes that it will make this softer for the puppeteer. But my thought is, I don't know. I get worried that duct tape might come unglued. Honestly, it might peel up. Oh, you know what? What a dingbat. This isn't going to get glued to anything, this edge. So doing it like that, like I had it, won't be bad because this just is free and clear. Like, and so where she would have duct tape to create a soft edge, I'll have fabric like that. This is the edge that gets glued in to the mouth plate, to the foam head. So then you've got this soft edge. The question is, how much? Maybe not quite that much, so that I have more to go to this edge. Okay, that's what we're going to do, guys. That's the plan, and we'll see if it works. Okay, let me see if I'm set here. We're going out. We're all sanded, so we're good there. I'm not going to do the duct tape, so we're good there. We're going to contact cement these. We're going to spray glue these. Well, after we contact cement these, I'm going to trim the edges, get these square edges off a little bit, just a little. I'll decide later. Okay, so these get glued. Spray, spray, glue. And once those are ready, then we can come back and do we're going to put a piece of elastic across. We have to drill some holes. We should drill the holes first because drilling through this fabric could prove to be difficult. My drill bit could get totally caught up in this fabric. So that being said, I think what we do is we glue these on. We measure our elastic. We mark the drill holes. We drill. Then we glue. Okay. This is the process. I hope you're not too bored. Okay. I'm not here to entertain you. I thought I was, but I'm not. I'm just here to hang out and say hi. Oh, did I hear the word think escape your lips? Pop-up said, did I hear the word think escape your lips? And please, if you can name that quote, not you, Pop-up. Somebody, anybody, tell me what that's from. Okay. And yes, I am thinking. Okay. I'm going to put you on hold here for a second. I'm going to run over and quickly grab my elastic because I don't think it's in here. It might be. Let me look. Oh, it's in here. Okay, so here's the elastic that I use. It's a very big elastic. I really honestly think a skinnier elastic would be less unwieldy here. But this is what Adam recommended, so this is what I got. But after watching Cynthia, she uses a thinner, about half that width elastic, and it seems to be ample. I don't know about cutting the elastic lengthwise. I don't know if it would unravel because I don't know elastic well enough. I suppose I could try it, but see if the edge unravels. But okay, so I feel like these are wide enough that it would be okay. I can just trim off the corners, but it would be neater if it wasn't quite so wide. So what we'll do is we'll go glue those and then we'll measure this elastic. We'll cut it. Or actually what I could do is I could just make some marks to say, like for instance, this is the edge of my foam. The elastic is going to go beyond the foam to, this far out. Like that. And then the elastic is going to get, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. It's not beautiful, but it will do the trick, I think. So I could just drill those 5 holes and that will be done. And then the holes will be there. So I can find those, locate those. Once the fabric is over it, I can locate those holes with a needle. We're learning as we go, kids. That's what we're doing here. It's experimental. And, part of it is, hey, this is how you learn how to do shit. And, how you learn how to build up tolerance for doing shit even though you don't know how to do it, So if that was there, that gives me, 1/4 inch seam allowance right there to sew this. Once I stretch it to the length I want it, stretch it to there, trim it, then I sew it into the holes. And I've got this little 1/4 inch seam allowance should be fine. Same with this side. This will go from here to there. I mean, honestly, I don't think it has to be super rocket science-y. I think it just has to be, has to grab hold. That's all. So we're going to do, this one might have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, that's bad. Shit. Where's my ruler? I'm getting a little giddy. I'm getting a little punchy. Okay. Let's at least have it a little bit straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not bad. And then this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Pretty good. Good enough. Honestly, it's good enough. It's just a damn puppet. It's not even for a pro. Okay. Lower. I'm even marking these mothers because I'm not trusting myself right at this moment. No. See? I put a U. This meant to be an L. L, Nana. L. U, Nana. Okay. Those are going there. Those are going there. Drilling first. That's what we're doing. Drilling first. Cementing second. Spray gluing. Whoops. Spray gluing third. Measuring elastic fourth. Sewing elastic fifth. And then, really honestly, the mouth plate will be ready to go in. But it is now 1:11. I have 20 minutes. Let's go drill. We'll see how far we get. Okay? Would you like to join me out on the porch? Which is always an experience because when I switch to my porch view, I get a weird thing going on with my microphones. So just bear with me. It'll sound like we're broadcasting from the Great Hall, but I don't know that we're getting to this. I'm going to try to keep track of time while I'm outside. And it's probably just going to be the drilling, honestly. Sorry, this took a lot longer than I thought. It'll be interesting to find out if it'd be better for Nana to do less chatting and more working. If people would like that better. Probably. Okay. I'll bring a pen in case I need it. I'll bring my gloves. Yeah, I think that's all I need. Okay, switching over, guys. I'm switching over. I'm turning off chat. I won't be able to see chat. Nobody's chatting anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. No, Twitch is now off. We need to go to Video Ninja. We need to go to front camera, connect. And again, just letting you know, we're going to have weird feedback. Porch. Okay, so, well, there you have it. The internet went out. So, yeah, that last 10 minutes was spent scrambling around trying to figure out what was happening. But, it's the price we pay living up here in the mountains, this gorgeous, beautiful paradise. The internet just suddenly will go out for no good reason whatsoever. There was no storm, no snow, no nothing, just it crapped out. So, anyway, we didn't get to anything more on the project. And that's just fine. It's waiting here, gently slumbering for you and me to come back to it next time. So, okay, next time, mouth plates. We finish them up, and sure appreciate your support, hanging out with me and watching me goof off. See you next time, kids.